Juan Finance here, and in this short video, we're going to cover the top performing equity funds as of second quarter 2021. So here are the basic features of equity funds. They have high risks, high potential returns, and they are recommended for aggressive investors. Ideal investment horizon is at least 5 years. So we have here the peso currency. And looking at the benchmark, the Philippine Stock Exchange Index, now as of July 6, it's actually trading along 7,000 level. So if you're going to look at the pre-COVID level, it's almost there. It's not yet there, but it's very close to achieving that point there. So the main catalyst that we have here is actually the rollout of vaccine in the country. So for peso equity funds, our top performer is actually Manulife American Growth Equities. We have 41.58%, followed by Atram Alpha, 34%, Manulife, that's 28%, MBG 26, and Manulife Dragon again, we have here at 25.42%. So what if you invested 100,000 and for a span of 1 year, the funds could have given you for Manulife, that's Manulife American Growth, 41,580. For Atram Alpha, that's 34,630. Manulife Asia, 28,000. MBG Equity, 26,000. And for Manulife Dragon, you have 25,000 for 20. So let's try to explore Manulife American Growth. So we have here the fund fact sheet as of May 2021. So I wasn't able to grab the most recent one, but for the sake of review, let's try to explore this one. Minimum investment is 5,000. Additional investment is 5,000. Minimum holding period is 30 days. Now this is expressed in NAVPU. So this is a UITF account. So net asset value per unit. So notice before that if you're using NAVPU, that's actually pertaining to UITF. But if you're using NAVPS, then you are actually looking at a mutual fund. That's the NAVPS, net asset value per share. So here again, our trust fee is higher than money market and bonds. Now it's above 1.5%. To be exact, that's 1.75%. So again, the higher the asset class, the more it is difficult to manage because of the risk. That's why here, if you're going to look at investment houses and fund managers are charging quite expensive trust or management fee compared to the rest of the asset classes. So going back to the fund, it aims to maximize the total return by investing its asset in a collective investment scheme or target fund. So therefore, this one is actually a feeder fund. So Manulife American Growth Equity Feeder Fund, though it's invested in dollars, the amount that you can invest is actually through your peso. So it's a peso class. So if you're going to look at here, the main reason it's performing very well in peso category is that this is invested in dollar denominated assets. So here, if you're going to look at the benchmark is S&P 500 index. Now, S&P 500 is very similar to the PSEI of the Philippines. If you're going to look at, we reviewed the chart for PSEI, it's still not, topping that level of the pre-COVID. But if you're going to look at here, the benchmark, the blue line, which is the performance of the S&P 500 index, as early as August, they already reached, that point there where the pre-COVID level, and now they're actually way, way above from that line. Okay, so that's why it's performing very well, even though it's peso denominated. It's simply because the target fund of this feeder fund is the US S&P 500 index. Okay, the lowest and the highest point, we have 52 and 75. Volatility for the past 1 year is 16, at least 16%. So you have here the cumulative performance, fund versus benchmark, you have 39, let's say 40% for 1 year, and for the benchmark, that's 32%. Top holdings, we have huge blue chip tech companies. In the US, you have the famous FANG, you have Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon. Oh, they don't have Microsoft here. Maybe below the top 10 holdings, but if you're going to look at here, these are the giants: Amazon, Facebook, Apple, and Google. Okay, so your exposure here as to sector, you have, this is a multi-sector feeder fund. You have here at least 4 major sectors that you are exposed if you decide to invest. You have communications, financial, consumer, discretionary, and information technology. So moving on to dollar currency equity funds. So we have here the S&P 500 index. This is the effect of the COVID lockdown. But if you're going to look at now, as early as August, they already recovered that level there. And now they are trading around 4,352 versus the pre-COVID level of around 3,400. So here we have the Manulife American Growth Equity Feeder. So this is very similar to the one that we have, but this one is a dollar class. And then we have followed by the Metro Dollar World Equity Feeder at 40%, Metro Dollar 37%, Metro Dollar Eurozone, that's 33%, and Manulife Asia, that's another 32%. So if you're going to look at here, very prominent, very similar fund providers. We have Manulife and Metro Bank dominated or dominating actually in a 1 year historical net returns. Now, what if you have $10,000 and you invested in any of these funds for a span of 1 year? Now, for Manulife American, that's around 4,309 returns. For Metro Dollar World Equity, that's 4,049. For Metro Dollar US Equity Feeder, 3,768. For Metro Dollar Eurozone, 3,369. And for Manulife Asia, that's around 3,210. So here it's basically the same as the peso class, but this time it's expressed in dollar currency. That's the peso class. So here you have $100 minimum investment, and then the additional is also the same, $100. 30 days holding period. Trust fee is 1.75%. And yep, it's the same with the peso class. So here the performance is almost the same, but we're just talking about the dollar currency. But the volatility here for the past 1 year is around 17. The performance of fund, that's around 48 for 1 year. And then for the benchmark here, that's around 40%. Now, there are differences in the cumulative performance and the volatility figures now simply because of the Forex factor. Okay, so this one, please observe that we are looking at the dollar class fund, while the peso class a while ago might be performing a little different than this because of the Forex factor. Okay, so our top 10 holdings, you have Amazon, Facebook, Alphabet, and Apple. And then multi-sector again, that's around 6 sectors here in general: communication services, financials, consumer discretionary, and information technology. So if you want to explore more about the details of the fund, you may want to consider exploring this target fund here, which is the Manulife Global Fund US Equity Fund. Okay, so these are our sources. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope that you learned something. Please do like the video, and if you want others to understand, kindly share this video. And if you need to know more, kindly subscribe so you won't miss any future videos that we're going to make. Thanks for dropping by.